Welcome my students. My name is Bhavna and today we are going to take a jump start into the world of computers. In this video, we are going to learn about what is data and information, what is a computer, how it works, what language it understands, and what are the various components of computers. And also a short introduction to hardware and software. Let's start with what is data and what is information. Data is raw, unorganized facts that need to be processed. It is simple, random, and somewhat insufficient until it is organized. When the data is organized into meaningful context, it is called the information. Let's consider the letters A, B, H, W. These letters have no context and they are unorganized. But what if I change the order of these letters to B, H, A, W, N, A? Yes, that is my name. Remember students, data has no specific meaning, whereas information carries a logical meaning. The letters of my words had no specific meaning till I rearranged them to have information about my name. Data does not depend on information, but we require data to derive the information. We require the letters A, B, H, W to derive my name, Bhavna. There are now two sets of characters on your screen. Tell me which one of them do you think is data and which is information? If you think 0900 is data, you are correct. These numbers have no meaning when they are on their own. But when we add context to it, it becomes meaningful. Now let's understand computers. Computer is derived from a Latin word computere, which means to calculate. A computer is a digital electronic machine that can be programmed to carry out sequences of arithmetic, that is mathematical or logical operations automatically. In simple words, computers take data from us, performs the calculations on it, and provide us with information which is meaningful. Computers today have become an indispensable part of our lives. They are used in almost every sector, for entertainment, to research, to healthcare. We see them in places we expect them the least. Our smart TV is a computer. Our smart watch is a computer. Our mobile is also a computer. Even the self-driven cars like Tesla is a big computer that knows how to drive. That is why this era is called the era of computers or information technology. We now know what are the computers, but how do they function? Computers take data or input from users, that is us, processes it into meaningful information and gives us the desired output. Thus, it follows the cycle, input, processing, output. This is known as the IPO cycle, where I stands for input, P for processing, and O for output. Any digital computer performs the following steps. Step 1. It accepts the data as input. Step 2. It saves the data or instructions in its memory and utilizes as and when required. Step 3. It processes the data and converts it into the useful information. And step 4. It provides the output. Now we know what is a computer and how it functions, but do we know what language it understands? The computer understands binary language. Bi means 2 and nari means number. So computer just understands two numbers, 0 and 1. Thus, 0 and 1 are called binary digits or bits. So, a computer processes data through binary codes and convert them into our language. Do you know how we write number 3 in binary? We write number 3 as 1 1. We write number 4 as 1 0 0. We will learn more about binary in later course. Now we know what language computer understands, but how do we tell them what we want? How do we give them inputs? So before going into that, let's understand what is hardware and software. So basically, hardware is any physical part of computer that we can touch. For example, we can touch the keyboard, the monitor, the mouse, the speaker, and the CPU case. And software is the logic or code that runs in the computer and we cannot touch it. For example, all of us might have heard about Microsoft Windows. Microsoft Windows is installed in the computer and we cannot physically touch it. Now tell me, what is a printer? Is it hardware or software? Yes, it is hardware because we all can physically touch it. Now you tell me, what is Microsoft Paint? You are right. It is a software because we cannot physically touch it. Now let's identify the common hardware of the computer. Any hardware we use to give data or input to the computer is called input device. The most common input devices are keyboard, mouse, and microphones. You can see and identify them on your screen. Any hardware we use to get information or output from the computer is called output device. Some common output devices are monitor screen, printer, and speakers. Now tell me something. All of us use smartphones, right? What is the touch screen of a smartphone? Is it an input device or an output device? That's correct. Touchscreen is both input and output device. We can input data by touching the screen and the phone shows the information on the screen. Now to conclude, in today's video we learned what is data and information and how are they different. What is a computer, how it works, and what language it understands. And also a brief introduction of hardware and software. And what are the different types of hardware we use in computer. We believe you were able to understand the basics of computer. We will meet again in the next video to discuss in detail the evolution of computers, their types, and we will also learn about other IT gadgets that we use in our day-to-day lives.